Welcome back, everybody. We are back. Sorry about last week. I try. It's not always so easy, but we are back now. This week's topic is Sefira, making it count, taking advantage of the days of Sefira. That's what we're going to talk about. If you're watching this, you can see that we're outside again, Baruch Hashem. If you're listening to this, I hope you don't hear too much background noise, but we're going to try our best. We'll try our best to get through this. So in the Siddur Rashash, this is a siddur that brings down all the kavanas for davening, according to the Arizal, the various kavanas, the various alignments you're supposed to have by the different tefillas. It says that during the tefillas of the Yemei Sefira, of the tefillas of the days of Sefira, and the tefillas of the Yamim Noraim, specifically the Aseres Yemei Teshuva, you're supposed to have different kavanos than you have the rest of the year. And the reason is, it says in the Siddur Rashash, is that the whole entire year, the shefa, the bracha comes down from Shemayim, drip by drip. But in the Yemei Sefira and in the Aseres Yemei Teshuva, it says the windows in heaven are kaviyachol wide open. It's wide open. The shefa could come pouring down. The shefa could come pouring down from Shemayim during these days. Therefore, we have to have different kavanas than we would have the rest of the year when we're davening. The obvious question is, what's the connection between Sefira, the days of Sefira, the days that we're counting the Sefira, and the Aseres Yemei Teshuva? So let's talk for a moment what we're doing by Sefiras Haomer. Obviously, we're counting the Haomer, we're counting each day. Day 1 of the Haomer, day 2 of the Haomer, going all the way to day 50, when we got the Torah, when it's Shavuos, we got the Torah from Har Sinai. But the interesting thing is, typically, when we're counting towards something, we count down. We have 49 days left, 48 days left, 47 days left. But over here, it's the opposite. We're counting up. We're saying today is 1 day, today is 2 days, today is 3 days of the Haomer, 4 days of the Haomer, and so on and so forth. Why are we counting up as opposed to counting down? So Rav Sheshet Pinkus, in the Sichos on Pesach, he explains, he says there's 2 times you could be counting towards something. You could be counting towards something where each day that's going by is just, the purpose of that day is just to get you 1 more day closer to the goal. He says, for example, if somebody says, in 50 days from now, I'm going to give you $1 million. So then you start counting down. I have 50 days till I get that $1 million, 49 days till I get that $1 million, 48 days till I get that $1 million, because each day that goes by has no significance except for the fact that it's getting us 1 day closer to the $1 million that we want to get on day 50. He says, however, if somebody would tell you, I'm going to give you $1 million, every single day for the next 50 days, I'm going to give you $20,000 a day. Until the end of 50 days, you're going to have $1 million. So then, each day that goes by is not just to get the 50 days. Each day that goes by has itself a significance that you're accumulating $20,000 that day. So today I'm getting $20,000. Tomorrow is 2 days, it's $40,000. 3 days, $60,000, and so on and so forth. Says Rav Sheshet Pinkus, the reason why in Sefiras Haomer we count up instead of counting down the way we typically would when we're counting towards something is because we're not just counting towards a goal of getting to Matan Torah, of getting to when we had Shavuos and Har Sinai. We're counting up. There's something we're supposed to be accomplishing every single day of Sefira. Every day of Sefira that goes by is supposed to have significance besides for the fact that it's 1 day closer to Shavuos. So the question is, what are we doing each day of Sefira? What are we actually accomplishing each day of Sefira? So they say over from the Saba Mikel, that was Rav Simcha Zissel Ziv. He lived in the 1800s. He's one of the foremost Talmidim of Yisrael, Salanter. He says that each day, it's a good thing to work on one of the Mem Ches Kinyani Torah. The 6th parak of Pirkei Avos brings down that there's 48 ways to acquire the Torah. He says on each day you can work on one of the ways of acquiring the Torah. Those that are more Hasidus-oriented, Kabbalah-oriented, and more esoteric schools of thought, you'll see that in the Sefira, each week corresponds to a different one of the Sefiros. You have the week of Gvura, the week of Hod, the week of Yesod, Netzach, and so on and so forth. And each one of the 7 days within the week also correspond to one of the Sefiros. And the idea is we're supposed to rectify and work on doing tshuva and strengthening the various midos attributed to those Sefiros. On a more basic level, we know that what happened during Sefira, if you look around, it's not just a joyous time that we're counting down towards Har Sinai, towards Kabbalah Torah and Shavuos, but a lot of us are actually rocking Sefira beards. And the reason is, that we're also in mourning. What happened? Gemara tells us Shneim Aser El Zugis Talmidim Hoyler Rabbi Kiva. Rabbi Kiva had 12,000 peers of Talmidim, 24,000 Talmidim, and all of them died during these days of Sefira. We're mourning the loss of Torah that happened during the days of Sefira. But why did they die? The Gemara says, they weren't noi covered to one another. They didn't respect one another. So now is also a good time to work on our Ahavas Yisrael, kavod abrius, respecting other people. But regardless, there's one common denominator. Regardless of what it is that a person is going to choose to work on during the days of Sefira, the common denominator is that we should be working on something. We shouldn't, at the end of Sefira, on Shavuos, look back over our shoulders at the days of Sefira, and the only thing we accomplished was, if we're lucky, we counted the whole Sefira with a bracha. We should be able to look back at something and say there was something that we took on during the days of Sefira. I went through the 49 days of Sefira. I came to Shavuos, and I'm accomplished. There's something that I took on that I wasn't doing previously that now I am doing. That now I'm coming to Shavuos with this thing that I've been working on this whole time. Now we can understand what the connection is between Aseres Yemei Teshuva and the days of Sefira. The connection now seems rather obvious. These are two periods of time during the year that we're actually working on something every single day. There's actually a certain significance to what we're doing every single day. We're taking something on in Aseres Yemei Teshuva to try to get past Rosh Hashanah and Kippur as different people. We're taking something on during the days of Sefira. And you know what happens when we take something on? When we say we're going to work on something and we're going to take something small. Something small. You never want to shoot too big. But you take on something small. And you say, I'm coming to the end of Sefira. I'm coming to Shavuos with this thing that I've been working on this whole time. Says the Siddur Rashash, the gates in Shemayim, the windows in heaven are wide open. It's a time for Shefa to come down from the Shemayim, pouring down from the Shemayim. It's a time that we could really capitalize on our davening. Our davening during the days of Sefira, coupled with taking something on, should not be the same as our davening the rest of the year. It's an opportunity. Just want to mention also, once we're talking about counting, and we're talking about Sefira, it's also Yom HaAtzmaut today. There's another count that's happening, a very tragic count. Another group of people that's also counting the days, and these are our brothers and sisters in captivity in Gaza. And the Chayalim, that unfortunately the death count has been ticking upwards. Two tragic counts that are going on. Now is also a time we talked about working on Aseres Yisrael, that we could daven and care for our brothers 6,000 miles away in Eretz Yisrael, our Chayalim and the fellow hostages, and ask HaKadosh Baruch Hu that they should have the Geula, they should be released from captivity now during this time when the gates of Shemayim are wide open. Let's try to live a little higher, and let's not let these days of Sefira pass us by. Let's try to take something on, something small, that could carry us not through just the end of Sefira to Shavuos, but that when it comes to Aseres Yemei Teshuva, when it comes to Rosh Hashanah and Kippur, we could say, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, this thing, this little thing that I took on, I'm a changed person. This is not just a 10-day spiel. This wasn't just a 50-day spiel. I even took this on, Sefira. And this has been going on for the past 4 months, from Sivan, Tammuz, Av, Ila, Elul, and now Tishrei. I've taken on this thing, and I'm rocking this thing that I took on, and I'm coming to you, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, as a different person. Let's try to live a little higher. Remember that the window in Shemayim is wide open right now. We could tap into the Shefa, but we have to be intentional about it. B'siyata d'shmaya.